Hi students, I am Praveen Sebastian Paul. In this lecture, we are discussing the various organizations that focuses upon the organ donations. Here we are discussing the contact information for national organization related to the donation and transplantation of organ, tissues, marrow and blood, along with the organization that focuses upon healthy living and conditions that can lead to transplantation. These organizations can provide additional information about donation and transplantation as well as volunteer the opportunities. The major international organizations are, firstly, the WHO Globally Observatory on Donation and Transplantation, that is GODT. Next is the Ethical, Legal and Psychological Aspect of Organ Transplantation, ELPAT. Third is the Donation and Transplantation Institute, DTI. Another one is the International Liver Transplantation Society, ILTS. Another one is International Pancreas and Islet Transplantation Association, IPITA. Next is International Pediatric Transplant Association, IPTA. Another one is International Registry in Organ Donation and Transplantation, IRODAT. Another organization is International Society for Heart and Lung Transplantation, ISHLT. Another major organization is International Transplant Nurses Society, ITNS. Next one is the Intestinal Rehabilitation and Transplant Association, IRTA. Another one is the Transplantation Society, TTS. And World Transplant Game Federation, WTGF. So these are the major organizations in the worldwide aspect. When it comes to the regional zones, in the Oceania region, the major organizations are Transplantation Society of Australia and New Zealand. Second, in the country of Australia, we can see the Organ and Tissue Authority. In the country of New Zealand, we can see the Organ Donation New Zealand. In Philippines, we can see National Kidney and Transplant Institute. In the Asia region, in the country of India, there are two foundations. The first one is the Donate Life India Foundation and second one is Mohan Foundation India. In Japan, we can see Japan Organ Transplant Network. For Korea, we can see KONOS Korean Network for Organ Sharing. For Malaysia, Malaysia Society of Transplantation and International Transplant Resource Center. For Pakistan, Sindh Institute of Urology and Transplantation, and for Singapore, National Organ Transplant Unit. For the region of Middle East and Africa, we can see the Middle East Society for Organ Transplantation, MESOT. Second one for Israel, ADI, National Transplant Center. For Saudi Arabia, Saudi Center for Organ Transplantation. For Tunisia, Central National pour la Promotion de Transplantation des Organs. For Turkey, Turkish Transplantation Society. For South Africa, Organ Donation Foundation. And for Lebanon, National Organization for Organs and Tissue Donation and Transplantation, NOTTO. For the region of Europe, we can see a lot of organizations, and some of the major organizations are as follows. The major organizations include European Society of Transplantation, European Donation and Transplant Coordination Organization, and Eurotransplant. This belongs to Austria, Belgium, Germany, Luxembourg, the Netherlands, Slovenia, and Croatia. And for Austria, we can see Austrotransplant. For Bulgaria, we can see Bulgarian Transplant. For Croatia, Donor Network of Croatia. And for Czech Republic, Czech Transplantation Coordination Center, KST. And for Denmark, Dansk Transplantation Selskab. For Estonia, Tartu Hospital University. For France, French Federation for Organ Donation, as well as Agency de la Biomedicine. For Greece, we can see Hellenic National Transplant Organization. For Hungary, Hungarian National Blood Transfusion Services, as well as Magyar Transplantation. For Italy, we can see Centro Nazionale Trapianti. For Lithuania, Lithuanian Bureau on Organ Transplantation. For Netherlands, Netherlands Transplant Verenigings. For Poland, we can see Pol Transplant. For Portugal, Instituto Português do Sangue de Transplantico. And for Romania, we can see National Transplant Agency. And for Spain, we can see Catalan Transplant Organization. For Sweden, Swedish Council for Organ and Tissue Donation, as well as Swedish Transplantation Society. For Switzerland, Swiss Transplant for Solid Organ and Partial Tissue. For the United Kingdom, we can see British Transplantation Society, National Health Service Blood and Transplant, NHS Blood and Transplant, and Organ Donation and Transplant Societies. So these are the major societies or organizations in the zone of Europe. And when it comes to the South America or Latin American zone, for Argentina we can see National Organization for Organ Transplantation. For Chile we can see Corporation National Transplantation. For Colombia, Red Transplantation Institute. For Ecuador, INDOT. For Paraguay, INAT, that is Institute for National Organ Transplantation. For Venezuela, we can see National Organization for Organ Transplantation. For the North American region, for Cuba, we can see the Group for Coordination of Organ Transplantation. For Mexico, we can see Centro National Transplantation. And for Dominican Republic, we can see National Institute for Organ Transplantation. For the country of Canada, the major organizations include the Canadian Association of Transplantation, the Canadian Transplant Society, the Canadian Blood Services Organ and Tissue Donation and Transplantation, and for the United States of America, we can see the American Society of Transplantation, that is AST. Second one is the Association of Organ Procurement Organization, AOPO. Third is Donate Life America. Another one is North American Transplant Coordinators Organization. Next one is the Organ Procurement and Transplantation Network. And another one is the Alliance. And finally, United Network for Organ Sharing. So these are the major organizations in the worldwide network that is relating with the organ transplantation activities. So my dear students, kindly write down this assignment question. The question is, write about various organ donation organizations around the world. So my dear students, in the upcoming lecture, we will discuss the Mohan Foundation of India. So see you soon. Until then, goodbye. Thank you and all the best.